I have two things that I want to show you, and I want you to pick whether you want something that's I found quite funny, but if we laugh at, YouTube may kick us off, or one that has some shock value to it. And it might be funny. I don't know. Maybe both are funny. Maybe this will gauge the type of person you are, and I show you both, and we just see if either of these are funny to you.
It'd be funny if I picked the one that's like supposed to be shocking, but then you just play the one that's funny.
Yeah. So where shall I start? Shall I start with the shock one?
Yeah.
Or the one that... Okay.
Do you want to get it on the old beat?
Sweet Caroline, the time she never sees.
Yeah, I've seen this. This is old.
It is old. It's doing the circuit again. Do you know what happened here?
No idea.
Me neither.
No idea.
I've not got
But
it.
I mean, there's just no...
Nope,
There's no... Like, unless he,
that's
like,
insane.
did a real bad thing to someone that guy knows.
The rumour
then
is...
I'm like, I just don't...
The rumour is the
he
lad...
hates Sweet Caroline.
That's the rumour. The rumour is he was like, you can play any song, but don't play Sweet Caroline. And then I think...
Wait, who is he? Like, the owner?
I don't know. And then the musician's gone, here's one. It's Sweet Caroline. And then the guy goes, do you know what would be really cool? I possibly will break this guy's neck. It's horrible.
Yeah, that guy's a loser.
Shall I lighten the mood?
Yeah.
You definitely, I don't think you saw this.
That funny. I think they're great.
Are they cool?
I think they're great.
He looks like the one on the left looks like is it Gordon Lovett Hewitt? Gordon?
He does.
I don't know how.
He does.
For like a small
The guy from
Asian
like
person.
Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They sound like the Minions, don't they?
They do sound like Minions.
Yeah.
I'll play it again.
Yeah, I'll
Play
play
it
it.
again. Everybody, close your eyes.
How cool is that?
Yeah, man, they're Minions.
They're very.
I didn't clock until you don't look at them. Don't look at them when they're
and even the
singing.
little noises they're
Yeah,
doing is so miniony.
yeah, that's great. Someone needs to animate like a minion.
They'll be
singing
in
it.
like Minions aren't Disney, are they? Whoever owns,
DreamWorks.
they'll be in. No, they're not, are they? They're in their own. Is it like Illumination or something like that?
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised one of the other ones hasn't bought them. Like, why don't Disney own the Minions? Maybe they do. I don't know.
I don't know. Disney only. Yeah, well, you don't want Disney to buy anything.
Not anymore.
They ruin it.
Yeah. They bought this podcast and moved over to YouTube. Now it only gets 20 views a week.
Remember we used to get thousands?
Thousands. Roll the intro. Pretty chuffed I remembered to roll the intro. Because I think last couple of weeks I had to cut it in. Hey,
I'm pretty
it's
chuffed
the
you
podcast.
remembered coffee this week.
Oh, no, yeah, it's a game changer, isn't it?
Bloody knackered, mate.
How was your week?
Good. Well, that's fine. It was a regular week.
I have a lot to report personally.
Is it this spot?
It's you bitch! You son of a bitch!
Look at this spot.
Right.
Everybody put in love at this spot. Look at the
It's
big old
bad.
spot.
Let me cut. It's so bad. This mother. Right, we start. Just before we start, I'm like, bit of a shame about this spot, and he goes, just don't draw any attention. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then I was like, actually, no. And you got in my head, and I was like, okay, I won't draw attention to it.
What, you going through puberty?
I think so. I honestly think, I'm a bit.
You're growing a cool little beard as well.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Well, I've been trimming it down as well. So it's been here for a couple months, but it's getting a little thicker, I guess. I don't know. It's my birthday on Monday of the week that's just been, and my wife got me what every 29-year-old wants.
A PlayStation.
No, she didn't book the day off work, so we played NHL.
Yeah, we did.
Which I don't know. This is early doors to do that. Maybe we speak about that in a little bit. I have a lot to say about that game though.
Well, I might as well now because you've just brought it up. Can I just say? I just want to say caveat, right?
Caveat.
I vowed never to buy an NHL game again, right? Because I got NHL 22, right?
Yeah.
And it was a step down from NHL 21, which was a step down from NHL 20, and you can just go on and on and on
until you get to about 12.
The only time there's been a step up was from NHL 15 to NHL 16.
Yeah.
Right, because NHL 15 wasn't.
This is a deep cut.
A finished game. We'll put a timestamp so you can skip. But so I vowed I would never ever buy it again. Right, I got peer pressured into it. Right, by FOMO basically because of EAC. What is it? Team clubs.
We call it Chell, but they changed the name ages ago.
Clubs, right?
I think it's back to Chell.
It's
it's like FIFA Pro
FOMO.
Clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, FIFA Pro Clubs.
It's the
so
version
you
of that
play
for ice
online
hockey.
with your friends, and then you're playing against other teams that, you know what I mean, like all real people, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it is, in fairness, it's just fun to play with the boys.
It is just right. Yeah.
But the
Playing
only
ice
reason
hockey.
I got the game, there's two reasons. One, because of peer pressure, because of FOMO, right? And two, because I got it on Amazon on sale for £23.
Yeah, mine was £23 on a digital
Right.
sale. Can I just correct one thing that you keep saying? You keep saying peer pressure through FOMO. It's not peer pressure when you put the pressure on.
But
It's just
if I say
self-pressure.
peer pressure, it's like a coping.
It's our
it's
fault
a
that
coping
you bought the
mechanism.
game because of us.
It's
Is
a
what you're saying.
coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Because then I can tell myself that I was forced into buying this game. Right.
Yeah.
It is abysmal.
What
it is
my
absolutely pure trash.
Yeah. How I would address this clip, right? And I'm sorry, a lot of you know, there are musicians that listen, or that used to listen, and there are people that just don't care about sports. A lot of people used to play the hockey games, right? We played the hockey games way before we were watching ice hockey because they were fun. They were just fun games to play. How I would do this little part here, and I'll clip it and we can send it to them, is directly to EA, right? To the team that are making the ice hockey game in EA.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? Because this game is horrendous, and the issue the game has is fundamental basics to do with ice hockey are non-existent.
No,
in the
but
game.
also
That's the problem.
fundamental basics for video games.
That's true.
Because even when you're not talking about gameplay, you're talking about the UI, you're talking about the menus, you're talking about the feasibility to actually be able to do stuff in franchise mode, to make roster changes, and nothing works.
Everything
nothing
takes forever.
Works. What? I've never experienced a game when a menus take so long to load, and people might be going, well, you know, if you're opening up a menu for a sub menu or something. No, I'm talking about literally, right? You know, menus when you press R1 and you scroll to the next tab or something.
Yeah, it takes forever.
That takes 5 seconds.
So that's the basics from there. But my point as well is that the things they implement, they've changed, in ice hockey, when you're in your zone, you dump the puck out, right? And you hit it hard and
no,
far.
you don't.
Impossible. And now it's this thing that I've never ever once seen in my life in ice hockey, where it goes up, but it goes like 15
well, you
feet,
can't
maybe.
dump and chase. Dump and chase
it doesn't even leave the zone.
Dump and chase does not exist.
And
in
also,
that game.
and
NHL 24, the new feature is they've taken the ability to dump the
but
puck.
they've replaced it with something that doesn't exist in real life. That's the problem. So
Yeah.
whoever is making decisions there about the ice hockey game has never fucking watched a game of ice hockey, and if they have, then they need to be ashamed of the product they put out. And then I've seen other comments where they've introduced a new control system, and I've just turned it off immediately because it fucking sucks.
Garbo.
But I read a comment of someone who's obviously one of these the EA fanboys that you get, and
There's a lot of them.
they
as
were
well.
like-
they keep that franchise going, dude.
this is the problem. But they said in the comment, they were like, no, the new controls are brilliant. The issue is people just need to get used to them. And then they said, I have just hit the 60-hour mark in the game.
What a loser.
And certain things are now starting to work, and now the game's better than the last.
Name a game where you have to play for
60
60 hours, right, to get to the sweet spot. It doesn't exist apart from
Football Manager.
League of Legends.
It's like 700 hours. I'm like, this is good now.
Yeah.
No, but it's every single thing is wrong with that game. We've had to go on and change how the AI play with their little sliders, and it's great that that's an option. But if you go into a game and immediately is unenjoyable compared to to decades of games you've had before, you have a problem. The issue
and this is the thing, right?
If we go back to the Xbox 360, sorry to stay on the rails, but if we go back to the Xbox 360, we got to NHL 12, and that game was fucking amazing. You had all of the stats you needed, and we both say, on the offline career modes, because the gameplay was so good, I remember we would compare our, like, careers on the game, and we would both have, like, 1,100, 1,200 games. We played the shit out of it. And then I looked, like a few months ago, I looked at my gameplay hours, and you can see how bad the games are because it's just decreasing to the point where I got NHL 22. I can't remember playing it once. Now, as you say, with the EA Play, we got a free trial, and we did 10 hours, and we jumped on Chell, and I was like, oh no, I remember this is the best gaming we can do because we like playing hockey with our friends. But the actual gameplay when we're playing it is horrendous.
Yeah, and I can't put my finger on it as well because we play Freeze as well specifically, right? And I think that's important to mention because one of my biggest like gripes with NHL now is I feel like everything is so arcadey, right? That it's actually hard to like play any form of realism hockey. Yeah. Like, because I know, like, you know, when you jump onto like Hut or something, which is like Football Ultimate Team, right? You will come up against like probably 80% of the player base. All they do is they just nail those like those EA plays that like work, like the cheese goals and like the stupid areas of the ice that like for some reason you just always score from that particular area, right? And that is like a miserable way to play the game for me, right? Mm-hmm. I'd rather like not play competitively and just play like some form of realistic hockey. I don't think you can in this game. The AI are abysmal.
It's bad.
Abysmal.
I think the last thing I'll wrap up with as well, and it's off the back of that point, is that we started a little franchise mode, and then we're seeing the AI. Right, so when we play Chell, and it's 3 humans and an AI goalie against 3 humans, then it's fine. Then it's fine because we've taken out the biggest problem, which is the AI. When you play franchise mode, the issue we'll have is we'll play a game, and we'll have like 10 minutes or in-game 10 minutes of zone time, pressure, shots, cycling the puck. And then they'll get it, and you'll stick check, and the puck will come loose, and it'll be loose in front of the net. And you know immediately, like, oh, okay, they're just about to score now. And they score the same goal every time. It's absolute trash. Whoever's making the game, you literally should be ashamed of yourselves. You all need to take a year, 2 years off and go, we need to come back and regroup because the game is shameful.
I'm close to saying it's a con.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I mean, I sent you a picture because I got the physical copy, right? I can't remember the last time I got a physical copy of the game. But I was like, how can you tell, right, that any game, right, but especially an annual sports game from the biggest game developer out there, right? How do you know when that game is a piece of shit, right? And it's when on the back of the box, there is literally nothing about the game. It's all just the techno jargon, like not the techno jargon, the legal jargon. Legal. Right?
I did say though, I don't know.
There's nothing on there. Like, but this way,
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's legally what the back of game boxes have to be now.
Well, I don't know. Maybe tell me. Like, maybe because I haven't bought a game in a while. But I sure as shit remember when the back of the box.
Oh yeah.
Didn't used to be. And the entire back of the box, just black and white legal jargon.
It's the policy,
right? With no game information whatsoever. There's no like the new features this year, right? And I'll spare you the suspense. There are no new features this year.
No, I would say there's lots of new features. It's just that none of them actually work properly.
No, but here's the thing. I don't think they're new features. They've jumbled stuff around a little bit. Yeah. They've taken the ability to dump the puck out of the ice. All you can do is just like waft the puck up in the air, and it goes like 5 yards. And I know people they'll be the EA fanboys, but like, you're not doing it properly. You got to hold it down. I'm like, no, I'm holding it down and flicking it. And all remember that stuff. But the AI do the same thing. The AI can't dump the puck.
Yeah, they'll be on the penalty kill and they'll go, time to get rid of the puck, and they flip it up, and then
the stupid catch animation
does the stupid
catch animation.
If you're from EA and somehow this does make it to you, because we'll clip it and we'll put it out and we'll tag you. That's what we'll do. If you do want a rebuttal, I would accept the rebuttal of you showing me a fucking NHL clip where someone does that. They go, oh, penalty kill, I better flip it up like marginally into the air and not beneath the zone, right? And if you do, you've sifted through hundreds, possibly thousands of hours of people dumping the fucking puck down the ice. The game is horrific. It's absolutely terrible. We've got it on sale for £20, and that is a con. It's an absolute con. We spent, or someone bought us a game that was like £1.80 on Steam.
More fun.
Little stickman fighting game, and that was a complete game, and I do not regret that purchase. I regret that purchase. I do. Apart from we can play Chell now, and that's great. The game is horrific. But anyway,
us enjoying Chell is nothing to do with
No. That just has to do with
it's still
having fun with boys.
I still can play non-stop whilst playing Chell. I'm just also having fun.
But I will say, us speaking about it, I do want to play Chell now.
I'm all for it, man.
Anyway, I don't know. Let us know if you're someone who plays the NHL franchises, because we do get a lot of people from America listen to this. So I would be keen to hear your thoughts. But I hate the game. And I compare it to, you said, I don't know this myself, but you said the Be a Pro still has the same cutscene.
Everything can be a pro is the same,
22.
which is a problem, because even when they first introduced the stupid coach cutscenes and the agent cutscenes, right? That's agents, not Asian.
Yeah, I heard Asian as well.
So, well, even the first year when they were new, fresh, and exciting, right? It took about maybe 4 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, and you're like bored.
Before you're like, I am so done with these stupid cutscenes. They're all back, baby. Exactly the same. Even starting a BO Pro is the exact same cutscene as NHL 21.
Yeah, and that's horrendous, right? Every single year, like, and even FIFA was all right at it. But like your baseball and your basketball games they're great at it.
Well, and
that you make a person, you get the story, you get a draft, you get to do their back, like their juniors, you get to go through the ranks instead of it just being this horrendous experience.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing as well, right? They didn't need a cutscene. Like, I don't think people that make video games have any connection at all with the people that play video games, because the majority of people that play video games already, right, plop themselves inside the video game that they're playing, and they make up all of the story, all of the extra stuff that they need, right? All you need to do as a games developer, right, is facilitate that. Facilitate it, right? Because the more you do stuff like these cutscenes and stuff, it actually takes away from the immersion of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Just give me the stats, give me the ability to track my player, give me good gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, do you remember NHL 14? They had the sort of mechanic where you would get press conferences, but it wasn't a cutscene. It was just like a thing pops up, and you're like, you could answer the question, and it would, like, you get all the same, like, negative or positive effects on the team or your whatever. Give us that back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a cutscene, because you always end up as well. If you're doing Be a Pro, I guarantee you always end up, right, signing different deals all at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a moment where your stupid agent is calling you back and forth when you're like training, and you just get cutscene after cutscene after cutscene going, your record deal's about to run out, do you want to renew that? And then you go, yeah, I'll renew it. And then you go back to the game, and then it's like immediately, right, without doing anything else, you go back into another cutscene. It's like your fashion contract is about to run out. Do you want to renew that? And you're there for like half an hour.
What I would say is, I think of the Fight Night series, the boxing games. They did something that NHL should look at, right? Which is, and I say look at, that's an EA game.
EA departments don't talk to each other.
Yeah. But they did a thing where there was a story mode, and it was like, here's a person and a story, and you'll go through, and there'll be little challenges and all of that, and the career mode was separate. Instead of it being like, okay, our career mode now has these little drops where we're trying to force a story, but nothing happens, and it's the same thing over and over again. As we were saying, Be a Pro, you should be able to play 12 to 1,500 games, right, to make a full career without getting bored. If you're getting interrupted constantly with shitty cutscenes that have nothing to do with ice hockey, you're going to get bored. As I've said before, the basketball game's perfect. They actually have it that you walk around and you can go to the shops and buy shoes and get deals and sponsorships and press, and all of that is done perfectly.
And that you don't even have to go that far. That's the thing, though. You don't have to have a stupid village where you can walk around. You don't have to have like some like real world, open world dynamics of a game, right? But the other main problem is that they don't get the gameplay right. The gameplay is not good. fucking menus aren't good. The UI's not good. The interface isn't good. Like, nothing works, right? Trying to run a franchise mode is a goddamn nightmare, right?
Yeah,
Every time you get an injured player, you then have to go through 5 minutes of menus
The
to get everything
slowest
sorted out
menus.
because nothing works in the game. It's coded by absolute morons. Nothing works, right, at all. Like, just scrap it, start again. It's so bad.
100%.
NHL 15, which is like arguably like the worst NHL they've ever released, has better gameplay than this game, in my opinion.
I do agree with that for sure. Anyway, should we get off NHL?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you're going to get that down to a clip for TikTok. If you're from NHL and you've just watched this on TikTok, check out the rest of the video for the extra notes that you can get from two British people that hate your guts. Anyway, I don't know. Did you have any music stuff to talk about? Did you have news?
I've got some news. I think we've already mentioned it before, but I don't know how long ago it was and how accurate it was. But I saw that it surfaced again that Spotify has 45 million songs on it that have 0 listens.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
How many are robots though? How many are like?
Well, I don't know. I know, but it does seem crazy. That's a high. I don't know how you don't have listens. That's the thing, because even if it's like shocking,
Are they not even
right?
checking it themselves to see if it's up right?
This is what I mean, though.
Yeah.
So there has to be something going on there, surely, right? Because it would have a listen, or at the very least, right? Like, even if you don't have any friends, right? Your mum, your dad, an uncle, right? Can you check my song out?
No.
Like, is there 45 million? Like, it just seems weird. It seems
odd.
weird. And then there's like 160 million that have less than 1,000 views. But then I'm like, well, I mean, you know, that's understandable. That's a lot of view. The thing is, you get like 900 listens on a song you've uploaded, right? That's still 900 people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, not in the grand scheme of things, but then I've seen like articles of or I've seen people saying there should be a standard set by Spotify to upload. I'm like, well, that's the weirdest thing I've ever. They're gonna now like judge how do you judge what music is good?
Cash release an
Yeah.
album. No.
And also, how many songs are getting uploaded to Spotify? That would be the world's worst job. To be the person in charge of what songs go on Spotify or not.
Well, because we listen to a lot of songs, and here's the thing:
We've listened to
most
some.
of
The most of them are
fine.
most of them are under 1,000 listens.
That's
as well.
actually I felt rude for doing it, but I wanted to look up my
some of our favorite songs that we've listened to on this podcast. Right, are literally they're on Spotify right now.
I'm really
They're
sorry if this plays.
absolutely amazing songs. And they've got less than 1,000 listens.
I can't actually see the listeners. Usually,
That's why it's like that metric is just, it doesn't really matter to me anymore.
I think normally can't you see?
I thought you could because
I was trying to see. 60. Okay, so yeah. So my one of my favorite EPs I've ever listened to, and that's insane, comes off the back of this from this podcast, was a guy called Danny Rivas. I've shouted him out a bunch. I'm not even going to tag him in this. This can just be a free shout out, and hopefully he doesn't hear it. But you go onto that, and he has 64 monthly listeners. His songs have a couple thousand listens, but they're phenomenal. So it's like, where do you draw the line? But without cutting out amazing material and allowing Cardi B.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting though, for sure.
Yeah,
Our band have no listens.
I just thought
We're one of those.
Yeah. But we are bad.
yeah, that makes sense. I tell people not to listen.
And then again, this is something we've spoken about before, but it's it added onto it. Obviously, we've spoken about the popularity of vinyls now, right? They've gone through the roof. Everyone wants vinyl, and I understand it, right? Because it's like it's just a thing, isn't it? It's just like, it's almost like you're just collecting like a collectible, right? It's not going to be worth as much as it ever was, but it's just a cool thing to have. But I didn't realise that the sale of just physical CDs has massively gone up as well.
Fucking why?
Reports of CDs. I don't know. I'm like, is physical media making a comeback? Because I think people are slowly waking up to the fact that, you know, when you buy digital music or digital media, you don't own it.
No.
You've paid full price like for the item, but you don't own any of that stuff. Like if you buy a movie on Amazon, all you're buying is the right to watch it.
Yeah, it's like a licensing agreement,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're essentially you've permanently rented the video.
Yeah.
You've gone to Blockbusters and you've given them your $3.99, but the caveat is you can just keep it. But at any time, Blockbusters can be like, no, you don't have it anymore.
It's a big conversation, and I've seen articles across the last couple of weeks of this happening, where I think it's the PlayStation Store and it's iTunes where the button says purchase. So you purchase it or buy, right? But in the actual terms of service and and we all read those, don't we? The fucking thousands of pages of terms of service. If you read through that, it will say like, this is a licensing agreement. The reason why it's come about is because I think there's been an instance where like Disney has bought the right to something, and it means that people who have purchased it digitally now can't watch their copy of it because their licensing isn't valid anymore. And it's like, that's crazy. I don't know. Does it loop round to like the whole, you will own nothing?
Yeah,
pretty much. You'll
much.
have nothing. You'll own nothing. You'll be happy.
Pretty much. Because I've done a 180. Because I remember I was all about physical media, right? I needed to have the CD album. I needed to have the actual DVD. I've still got like boxes and boxes of DVDs, right?
Yeah.
Because like I was just obsessed with having the physical copy of every movie that I loved. And then, right, when like the PS3 maybe started coming out, around that sort of time, I stopped getting physical copies.
Yeah.
And I was like, all my games and stuff, I just download my games, and I would just, if I really wanted to see a movie, I'd just buy it on the PlayStation Store. I'd buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Right. I've done a complete 180 though. Like
Yeah,
I've gone
yeah.
all the way around, and now I'm like, I need like if there's a movie I really want, or like my favorite movies, I have to have it on Blu-ray now.
It's interesting because
and also another aspect is there are films that I have on Blu-ray, right, that are now
Impossible to get.
longer available
Yeah, true.
in their original form
oh sure, when I get edited and
because they've
stuff.
been edited. Because Disney
Yeah,
has
that's
bought the
interesting.
company or whatever, and they're like, well, we don't want this anymore, or because there's something controversial in it. And I just like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid that these companies have so much power now that they can just control. They can manipulate the media that has existed for
Oh god,
fucking 50 years.
YouTube are not going to like this. I have an update for you, but I'll loop back round because I'll say to conclude, and that 100% it's interesting. And I haven't even thought of that. If you just have the physical copy, then they can't change it. Maybe, but they might be able to.
No, they can't.
Let's be honest.
They can't change the data that's like encrypted on a
No.
on a disc.
Or can they? You're telling me
know.
they
I
couldn't
don't
on
know.
your PlayStation? They can be like, just push this update, please.
What, and rewrite the
I don't know.
Blu-ray?
I don't know.
No.
They've done crazier things.
No.
I'm not going to say any of them because we're on YouTube. But there's,
Well, they listen to your parties now, don't they?
yeah, everyone listens to everything.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I've just started reading my son the Winnie the Pooh books from a big collection of all of the Winnie the Pooh books, and now TikTok is like, do you know what you'll love? Big box of Winnie the Pooh books. And I'm like, well, one, you're only showing me this because I have them. So what's your
This
strategy?
will be a good test because I have never ever once mentioned Winnie the Pooh.
There we go.
I've never Googled Winnie the Pooh. Right.
TikTok will have something
I'll
to show
let you know.
you.
I'll let you know. I'll send you. I'll send you the first video I get as it happens, so you got a timestamp and everything.
You're like, I'm not getting any Winnie the Pooh books. I'm getting tons of Dua Lipa fleshlights.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
So weird.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
I've never once Googled it. Is it hot in here?
Not Dua Lipa's. I was going to quickly say, I got an email from YouTube. Obviously just a generic email. I'm not on first name terms or anything.
Hi, Rob.
I should be.
Well, it probably did say hi, Rob.
They probably did, yeah. But they've like not redefined, but they were like, oh, we wanted to make our sensitive events policy clearer. And they sent a whole email about it. They're like, we've updated our
Does it
sensitive
actually
events.
say what it...
Not really. It was kind of similar to... The issue is, okay, and they did. They gave a few more points, but it's always a non-exhaustive list. But then my problem is, when you flag a video, show me what I've said.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest problem we
baffling.
had. And
It
that's
is
why we
baffling.
left the platform. We've come back now, and I think our channel's fucked. I think our
It's dead.
channel's
It's
absolutely bombarded. So please do drop a subscribe if you've got this far. You must really hate the NHL franchise. Those are the only people that we've captured here. Should we listen to some music? We've got some...
You always do this.
What? What's up?
There's like other stuff to talk about, baby.
Oh, sorry. You told me there was nothing.
No, well, yeah, but I mean...
You're like, yeah, but I've
I
scraped
also
the
wanted
barrel.
to loop back and just...
Oh, loop back.
be-
Oh, also, though, no, I guess I want to loop back.
See, look, stop. You
I'll
always
loop.
go
Let's
straight
loop
in
back.
a hard cut into let's listen to music.
Let's loop back because the only other thing I was going to say is I think that the interesting part when you're talking about physical media in the music sphere is how people make songs and albums has completely changed.
Yeah, so does
because
that mean
people
like...
just want radio.
Does that
They
mean
want...
that albums are trash now? Because I don't know. I've not really listened to an album recently.
I've listened to... I don't know. It's hard. The last like new artist for me where I've listened to their albums without being a fan of them to see what it was about was Lana Del Rey, and that was all shit. So I don't know.
But at least it was consistent.
But it was themed.
So if you
the
like,
whole thing was
like
themed.
Lana Del Rey, it's probably a good album.
It felt like it was made and you could listen to it and it wasn't out of place. But I think that's my point is that like I like to put a vinyl on and it be a continuous, I guess, and one of the, I think we were saying about doing it as an article for the website in the next few weeks of like the perfect albums that we talk about all the time, maybe having a running theme where we put those on. And the idea of a perfect album is that it's not just all of the songs are great. Ed Sheeran's a good example of some of his albums are full of great songs. They're for like 8, 9, 10, but they don't flow at all.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I think the greatest example I could think of is the album O by Damien Rice.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the epitome of a perfect album because if you pick most of the songs out of it, they're not even phenomenal on their own.
I will throw in, like I always say, Songs for the Deaf, Queens of the Stone Age.
Sure. And then we can go through
Completely
the
different
indie ones
vibe
as well.
Completely different vibe, but the same sort of thing. It's all really connected, and I mean it is literally connected because they like there's no dead air in that song. It goes from one to another with like weird Mexican radio station sort of vibe.
Yeah.
But even without that, just the songs themselves, they just flow one into the next. It's so good.
I think that's it's one of the hardest things to do. It's an underrated craft, but also it's an unrewarded craft now. Because if you make a perfect album, like, and we talk about, we look up Shakira and all of these big artists where they were in the era where they made money. They made hundreds of millions because they sold albums. That's not how you make money now.
Yeah,
your album's promoting your tour. That's what it is.
I also hope, because again, I haven't bought an album in a while, right? But I hope that like albums start going back to how they were as well, just in the actual presentation of it. Like, so I remember like when I used to buy an album, one of my favorite things was to open the case and read the booklet.
Yeah.
Like look at the artwork.
What is this
like,
song about?
Have lyrics.
Read the lyrics
of
to
the song and stuff. And it was so like it was cool. And yeah, I hope that gets reinvigorated as well, because I imagine like artwork and stuff in albums. Maybe it's taken a dip. I don't know, because it's not something you have to really worry about now, because you're not really selling many albums.
I actually think the last album I purchased, to out myself, I'm a big Coldplay fan. I think it was a Coldplay album, and I think I was underwhelmed with the artwork.
Which is weird, because you'd have thought of all the bands, Coldplay would have something
I might be
like
wrong
pretentious
there.
and
I don't know.
artsy in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a Coldplay fan as well,
Yeah.
but they are pretentious. you can like them and agree with it.
Yeah, it was one of the points I didn't about the article I sent you. I wasn't sure of I don't know if I could. Can I say this on YouTube? But I was saying about Chris Martin, and I was like, I get why people have an issue there, because he is a bit eccentric, and his wife was selling.
I mean,
fanny candles.
He was married to like one of the most hated women on the internet.
For good reason as well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, she's just a bit of a dickhead. But
have you seen? I think it's a compilation. It might not be a compilation. It might just be one clip. And I think it was Jon Favreau, right? And they were doing something on YouTube together, right? I can't remember what it was. Might have been cooking. Right?
Something's burning. Was it? No, it couldn't have been Bert Kreischer's.
No. It's definitely not.
But no,
Definitely
but no. The reason why I say that is because I think they're
talking-
cooking in a kitchen.
Yeah,
You're
maybe.
right.
And they were talking, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but he said something about when they worked together, and she was like, "We've never worked together."
No, it was the Marvel films.
Yeah, Jon Favreau.
No, but my point is, he said about how she was in the Marvel films.
Yeah.
And she was like, I wasn't actually in any of the Marvel films. And he was like,
and it was like, but
Yeah, you
they've
did
been
scenes.
in like 5 Marvel films together, doing scenes together, and I'm like, that is a red flag. No,
I'm gonna
that's a red flag.
I'm going to give us some devil's avocado here. I'm getting the devil's avocado out. I think for her...
Unless she's got dementia.
No, because she is from the Iron Man franchise, right? She's filming all of these scenes that are related to Iron Man. That's Gwyneth Paltrow in Iron Man. Yeah, she's been in Avengers, but she easily, with all of the non-disclosures and all of the, like, people work on projects and they don't even know what they're filming half the time.
No, but they've been in scenes directly together.
Okay, that's fine.
Speaking with each other.
But my point is, the whole contention of that clip is that she's saying she's not in an Avengers film. And he's like, we have been in an Avengers film together. She's like, no, I've never been in an Avengers film. In her mind, she's filmed those scenes, and she's just been thinking of Iron Man. I think that's what's happened.
Yeah, but the whole clip, they go. There's a whole back and forth about how she says they've never worked with each other. That's the whole point of the clip.
No, I thought the point of the clip was that she was saying she wasn't in an Avengers film.
You're wrong.
I don't know, maybe.
We'll watch it afterwards.
I don't want to because it's a Gwyneth Paltrow clip, but yeah.
But like that's one of the big reasons people don't like her, as well as the vagina candles.
I was trying to think of a way.
Oh, and didn't she have a big thing about? She was like criticizing parents, like about like the food that they said their kids or whatever, and her answer was like this gourmet, like 5 meal a day plan or
and
something.
It's all like oh, and I like this salmon cream cheese and you're just like
single mums are being like, what are you talking about? They're having turkey twizzlers and smiley faces.
Your 2-year-old will love this. And no, my 2-year-old will love a bag of refrigerators, which I got Max on the weekend when he went to hockey. He fucking loved them.
Oh, he doesn't have a packet of refrigerators.
He destroyed them.
What ones were they?
It was just a Southern Fried Chicken.
Just a Southern Fried Chicken, standard.
Actually, I'll be controversial here as well. He also, before, the first packet of chicken he had was by Pepperami, which I was like, ugh. But then I tried one and it was fine.
Pepperami chicken?
Yeah, they have chicken as well.
Was it spicy?
No, just chicken. I was thinking though, and you've inspired me. Gwyneth Paltrow's inspired me. Obviously we have the website. Go there for reviews and shit. I'm quite proud of it. Apart from it keeps breaking every change I do.
You're quite proud of it. Before this started, you went for about 10 minutes showing me everything that's broken on the website.
Yeah, every single. I'm like, oh, I'll move this to the top, and I'll do it, and then the whole site's broken. And I'm like, okay, so it's just everything I do. There's multiple updates, but the idea of it, a place you go, we'll review it, we'll release your tracks, we'll have weekly spotlights. It's going to be quite cool. But I was thinking of like in the future. Obviously, ad revenue will be how you make money from a website, obviously. But I was like, could we have something behind, like a paywall content, things like that?
No.
Ballsack candles. let's sell our ball musk like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Even I don't like the smell of my ball musk.
What does she do? Like 20 quid for a minge candle? We'll do like a fiver. A fiver, 2 for 10.
I don't want this.
And I want people to like, they'll get it and they'll be both satisfied and disappointed at the same time because they'll go, yeah, that probably is. That feels right.
Part of the fun would have to guess who's his
Yeah. The issue is when it has a ginger hair in the candle. Like Ben's. Jesus.
Oh my
more news?
Lord.
I don't want to suggest we listen to more bands that get told off.
It's not really news. Well, it is news, but I just a bit lighthearted. So France, right? This is cool. It's cool.
Something
France
cool from France.
have named a street after David Bowie, right?
Okay.
The street is called like Rue David Bowie. I don't know what
Rue
means.
Road.
Road. So it's just Road David Bowie.
Yeah, and then you do it the other way around. So
David Bowie
David
Road.
Bowie Road is what it is. Yeah.
Just do it normally.
No, they say like
David Bowie
bread
Rue.
de garlic is what they would say.
No, you're wrong.
Apart from the words would also be in French. But
So
yeah.
is it garlic bread the?
No.
Bread
It's bread. It would
the
be bread
garlic.
of garlic. Yeah.
Bread of garlic.
Basically.
Absolute mongs.
I don't actually know what the French is for garlic bread either. No. Right.
That's how
David
you
Bowie
speak
Road?
French. You just
Where is it?
You just do like vamp. No,
What?
don't worry about it.
Thierry Henry?
Yeah.
What's the French for va-va-voom? Ask a Frenchman. It's a great ad.
I did have where it was, but I didn't actually write it.
France.
But it's in France, right?
Was
in Paris,
it like, did
in
he live
Paris.
there or something?
No, but it's a tribute, right, to what would have been his 77th birthday. But it celebrates his first Paris performance back in 1965, which, bit of pub trivia, was his first performance outside of the UK.
Huh, there we go.
So France was the first place he performed, and they've named a street in his honour. And I think that's the first good thing that's come out of France.
I like to think.
Oh
that
no, I'll take it back. Garlic bread,
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry,
Wait,
Eric Cantona.
garlic bread.
That's French.
Is it?
In my head,
I don't think garlic bread's
it is
French.
French.
That's just because of the whole thing I said about garlic bread.
No, because don't they love garlic and they love bread? Like that, isn't that like two things?
I think it's.
Or is it onions?
It's they like garlic and they like onions.
They have onions around their neck.
It's
or is it garlic?
American. Garlic bread is American, but then it says Southern Italy.
So maybe it's France.
Fucking Wikipedia. Trust Wikipedia to be like, oh, it originated in the US. Here's the thing. Your country's about 7 minutes old. Nothing originated in the US. Nothing.
Yeah, it originated in the US, right? When like 6 million Italians immigrated to New York.
Yeah. It's saying there's plenty of sites that are saying it's American.
It's Italian.
I think it's probably Italian. Anyway, with Italian immigration to the States. You might be completely right there.
Croissant.
Yeah.
A pain au chocolat. What else came out of France?
That's about it. I like to think that David Bowie, if he was alive, they'd be like, "What have you got me for my birthday?" And they'd be like, "A road in France." He'd be gutted. He'd be like, "Oh shit."
No, he'd be chuffed with that.
He's like, "Could you not have got one in Preston, North End?"
No, he'd be like, I don't want to seem ungrateful, but Shakira got a bloody statue.
yeah. And it wasn't in France, if you're wondering. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Any more?
That's about it.
Okay.
Have you got anything to
No.
bring to the table?
We said, I think the problem is people aren't really releasing albums this time of the year. And then when people are releasing albums, there's always loads
That's
of
when all the juicy
magic.
stuff happens.
Is this person
scandals.
dating? And all of that shit comes out because they're promoting their album. It's all fake.
Yeah.
Nothing's real. Did you see the Aliens?
The 6 foot aliens.
No,
in
they were
like
10 foot.
Miami or something.
Because 6 foot is quite a regular size.
That's just a slightly
Yeah.
tall human.
Whoa! He's an alien. It's like, I'm just a bit tall.
Do you reckon that's the reaction that like 6 foot people get in like China?
Yeah, they go over there.
Alien! It's Godzilla!
Godzilla. Well, okay, that's
Japan.
Japan. Swing and miss, Jesus. And there goes our YouTube channel. That was the nail in the coffin. I don't know. That was interesting, wasn't it?
Well, it's just a regular American thing. No, do you know what is funny here? Like, and I think this perfectly sums up everything in the year 2024, right? And
Yeah.
has done for a while. Because that whole thing started because one guy, right, who lives in the area saw like 50 police cars
An insane amount of police cars. Yeah.
outside a shopping mall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I don't even think at this stage is a irregular occurrence in America now.
I think it is. I think the amount that was, it was like, and I think there was one
No,
video
no,
I saw.
no,
There was
I'm-
over 75 cars.
Are you every single like pew that they have over there,
Even I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I don't know how smart YouTube getting, but yeah.
right? And we'll just action it, bleep it. So
What am I
every
putting
single
there? What's this then?
it's a thumbs up.
Yeah. Can you just do a thumbs up?
Every single thumbs up they have,
Yeah.
right? There's always like a million policemen outside, and that happens like once a month.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't think it's that. Whatever. But he saw that, and then he decided to just throw out there.
There's so many
there's
people
10
that
for aliens.
There's so
right?
many people that are
Then
saying it now.
That went mad. That went viral. That was
Yeah.
like 10 for aliens. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Right. Then someone posted a video, allegedly of the 10th alien. I don't know if you saw the video.
I don't think so.
You should have come prepared. But there's a video of someone like it's just either drone footage or helicopter footage.
I thought they were on a
but people were
balcony.
like, there's the alien. And if you kind of just glance at it and squint your eyes, it looks like a 10-foot person, right? But it's just 3 people walking down the road, just kind of like in a line,
In a trench coat.
and in the lighting.
Are they buying it?
Yeah, like Austin Powers, where Mini Me.
Oh yeah.
Austin Powers has stood on Mini Me with the little legs.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or Space Jam,
Yes.
the original.
Yeah, have a good one.
I've not seen the other one. They may do it now as well.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So that video went out, and it went massive. It was on the news. Everything. The guy that initially said it then jumped on TikTok and was like, "Yo, guys, it's me. I'm the guy that said about the aliens. I was just messing around.
Yeah.
It's a joke, right? No one saw that.
No,
No one saw that video.
I
So people just continued thinking that there's 10 for aliens everywhere. It's crazy how many people actually believe it. Like, and that's all it takes. That's the thing as well. All it takes is for someone to be like, "There's a 10 for alien in Miami or whatever, wherever it was."
Yeah.
And boom.
I thought to be honest,
It is.
the whole thing was just very conveniently timed as well. We're on YouTube now. Can't really say much, but
No, there's certain stuff that's got released.
there's something that got released, a document with bullet points, if you will, to index a group of people that went to a certain place.
Yeah.
I wanted to then just say the bad part, but I can't be bothered to censor it. So
Because we maybe we look back to it after, so there's a separate clip that we can release on TikTok.
okay, yeah, but I don't know. I just thought maybe it was like a look at the shiny, and then they snuck that out. Yeah, which is weird because they released a document related to a trial that's happening, but they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna release everything, like apart from there'll be 3 that we won't," and you're like, "Well, who are those 3? That's who we want to see." We don't want to see the
They're
bunch.
the 3 that can afford the good lawyers.
They're the 3 that are pulling the strings above the strings. But yeah, it was always weird. It's always the same thing with that as well. When there's something like this, and you're like, "Oh, this is going to out some really important people," the people it actually outs are always like dead. They're always like, "Look at this person who can't defend themselves. It was them," and don't look any further into this.
It's like the kid in Schindler's List. You
Yeah.
know when he's shooting all the things and he's like, "Who stole the chicken?" He did.
Spoilers. Yeah. Spoilers if you haven't seen Schindler's List. That film's so old it's in black and white. Yeah, no, I think if people ever bought into that and were interested in that, don't think that that's the bow on the present. That needed to be the start of it. Keep unwrapping. Anyway, should we listen to music?
Yeah.
We got some bands to listen to. Quite funnily, we've got 2/3 of our music is actually coming from New York, and you're wearing your little douchey. What do they call that?
Well, we've got a mini series happening today and tomorrow. Playing the Capitals,
Oh,
and it's a 6 p.m. puck drop. It's a big day.
Yeah, I
big
saw that.
weekend.
I saw that. I was pretty
Living the dream.
pretty jealous because I start my new job next week, so I'm getting in the last of my watching hockey late.
A big game as well, big week, because we've just come off 3 consecutive losses.
Yeah. And we just beat the Wild in a great game. We keep going to overtime, though. I'd like to... But we went 2 goals down again and pulled it back. Anyway, we have Crying Doll from Stinats.
Stinats?
Yeah.
It sounds like it should have God him after it.
Mate, they're from Austria. I think this is the 2nd week in a row we're going to Austria. If you know anyone
from Austria
who performs in a cape with an astronaut, then we know them too. Do you remember those guys? But this is Crying Doll from Stinats. Any guesses as to genre?
I mean, the only thing I've got is some sort of electric
AI created.
yeah.
This is Billy. I almost said Stream Billy, but it's telling me that I can stream the song Billy. This is the song Billy by Crying Doll. Was a minute.
I liked it.
Really interesting.
Yeah, pretty unique sound. I've got some feedback, but I don't know if it's... I think it's just subjective feedback. I think it's like preference.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the vocal effect, right, they had on the main vocals, right?
Yeah.
It was fine. It worked, right? It fit really well. I'm not 100% sure on the harmony that went with it. And I think it's either... There's a slight clash between the styles of the kind of distorted vocals and then the pure vocals, or maybe it's the fact that the harmony was maybe just a little bit on top of the main vocals.
Yeah. I actually as well, I had a similar note that I would have loved. The effect was having 2 that were different, and I like that. There's a bit of contrast. It's quite interesting. I would have loved for it to then become one that was then on top of the mix and cut through and clean, maybe. But that's a really nitpicky.
That's the thing is, yeah, like it wasn't like this is ruining the song or anything. It was just like kind of a bit of a personal preference. But apart from that, I thought it was good. The construction was good. We always talk about dynamic variance, and it was all there. But we also talk about like when something needs to be added, and I felt like every time I was like, okay, something needs to come in here, it did.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Yeah,
I built on it really well.
The only thing I couldn't put my finger on was the acoustic guitars. I felt like something needed to happen there. I don't know what. But I thought the construction was really good. It was really interesting. It felt like there was a part of them that was like, my production is strong and my vocals aren't. That's how it felt like they thought. And I thought they made a really cool construction out of it. It sounded great.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to listen to the whole song, because there's one thing that I'm never massively keen on is it's harmonized lyrics
The
throughout.
whole way through. Yeah.
And I worry that that's what that would be. But I'll save that opinion until I listen to it.
Yeah, to be fair. So I think when it started it was cool, and then what should have happened is it should have gone up a layer, and then it should have just been normal vocals. But they would need some confidence to go, I can sing this is fine. And
Or I think it's fine keeping the distortion, but you need to get rid of the harmony at some point.
This is what I'm saying. It needs to go down to one that can lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
The harmony can come back as well, but it needs to go. It needs to disappear.
I agree. Yeah, thanks for the submission. That was Crying Doll from Stinats. That's probably pronounced different. Stinats.
Oh yeah, butchering.
Austria. Stinats.
We're British. We're known for not being able to pronounce European cities.
European city. Don't know what PNC is though.
European towns.
The next
Places.
song is by AX Madwick, and it's all in capitals.
AX Madwick.
They are from New York, so we're now into New York.
New York.
Hell of a town. Maybe, yeah, probably. Thoughts?
What are they called again?
AX Madness.
AX Madness.
Sorry, no. I actually burped halfway through that, or I almost burped. AX Madwick. Or it might be Axe Madwick.
Axe Madwick.
Probably Axe Madwick.
I'm gonna go electric again.
This I think could be a like a hip hop rap, but it would also be electric-y. But they also asked for 108 on the timestamp, but it's on Spotify, and Spotify's a bag of dicks, so it's so hard to do that without just blasting music. Here we go. Axe Madness. Fucking Axe Madwick. Here we go. Any second now. Come on, Spotify, do your thing. The premium platform for streaming music is going to play Axe Madwick. And it will play... This is a joke. It baffles me that this is the place to go to listen to music. Do you know what I mean? It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Right, I'm trying again. We're in, but I'll nudge it to their timestamp.
If you don't believe in me, don't you bet I will love you. Believe in me. Feel like that.
There we go.
Oh, it's
Axe
chill.
Madwick, AX Madwick. It's chill, isn't it? I was really interested because I went onto their Instagram that they've linked, so check that out. It'll be in the link. Drop my follow. It sounded great. Production is really good. It sounded... There were... Sometimes I think music like this can be too many samples, and if it was all samples, then great, but it felt like there were real instrument layers, and yeah, it sounded really good.
I didn't even know the lyrics were sampled or not.
I think so.
Yeah.
It felt like it was. Maybe not. Who knows? But
Because my initial feedback was going to be, I think the vocals could maybe come up a little bit.
Yeah.
They felt a little bit flat in the mix.
Agreed. It felt like something else should have happened, but then I guess it would have changed genre if someone came in and started rapping over the top of it or something like that.
It did kind of feel like that was it though.
Yeah.
But I think that's maybe just because that's where the vocals are sat. It
Then
sounded
you'd like Sims to come in and drop some lines
Yeah,
in it or something. I was really interested as well. Sorry, and I had it on the screen. I intentionally left it up, but someone that we know has commented as well, so they know. It seems like they would know Quasi Steez, who was on like half a year ago. So I don't know why. I don't know why I went onto their Instagram. I read their comments and I went, that person has submitted music to us before I knew. But there seems to be like a little in New York, maybe just a little, people are making music in the same sort of crowd, and then they're all ending up on the Indiana show, which is fine. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really liked it. There's not really constructive feedback from my side. It's a good sound. I'd be interested to see what the rest of it sounds like, because I think with this sort of production, you can have quite a lot of versatility. But yeah, worth checking out. Thanks for the submission, AX Madwick. Don't know what one. The next one, still in New York, we're going to Brooklyn, New York, is Dogwood Gap.
Dogwood Gap.
Dogwood Gap.
That's a good name.
Thoughts on?
That's the problem with Dogwood Gap. Doesn't really give you anything.
No, indie. I'd say guitar-driven indie is
Yeah.
where my heart goes.
I'll go heavy rock.
Okay. We'll probably. Oh, we did get a snippet. God damn it. Here we go. Going to 2:40. So we're listening to the end of the song. This is Possum by Dogwood Gap.
You think you're all alone, full in experience. But there's a bed made in my home, should you ever need it. And I know that you don't want to tell me, but I'll be here anytime you call. Oh, I'll be here anytime you call. Oh, I'll be here anytime you call.
There we go. Possum by Dogwood. It sounded great.
Yeah.
I've got very little to add.
No, I've got no feedback. I thought it
'Cause
was really clean.
It was kind of just delightful music.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of certain parts of John Mayer.
Yeah.
Is it Room for Squares? Something like that. He has an album that's very good. Yeah, I thought it was really good. It sounded great. Chilled. I thought it was that thing if you want to listen to it and it stay interesting throughout, and it did. Yeah, awesome submission by Dogwood Gap. So thanks for
Yeah, good stuff.
letting us check you out. Awesome. I love it. I don't think we need a wheel. I think we're
I think we're good.
good. And we'll save that for when fucking anyone watches this on YouTube.
If
Because the YouTube is bombed. So
I don't get
I
it.
just said the word bomb.
Oh, you're gonna have to. That's,
Well, that's another episode gone.
That's gonna
No.
have to be a bleep.
No.
You
I'm
can't.
testing the boundaries of YouTube a little bit, but we're just not talking about anything.
Yeah.
That whole alien bit in the middle I'm a bit worried about.
Well, because we said the word alien.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the other stuff.
And YouTube's like, I'm just going to
Connotations.
assume you idiots are talking about some shit here.
Yeah, alien gaming hardware.
Yeah. Sure. Which this episode is brought to you by by a keyboard. They do keyboards as well as laptops.
Yeah, everything.
They do everything. Okay. Thanks for another week. Thanks for all the submissions. Check out our website, IAAS.tv, for written reviews. We're going to be posting loads. So if you want your album, EP, or single reviewed, let us know. And we'll see you next week, I guess.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Ciao.